It's just moving around the glass a little bit. If you want to cup the glass in your hand even to warm the whiskey slightly, well, it's quite a thick bottom glass, so it might be there for a while, but just generally bring the temperature up. It's nice and warm in here, so you should get a reasonable aroma when you just nose the top of the glass. And I think it's fair to say there is an inviting sweetness when you first nose it. And those of you that have nosed whiskey before might even say that they get dried fruits, or maybe even a slightly, you know, if you think about the rich fruit cakes and all the dried fruits and things that we see at Christmas time, it kind of evokes those sorts of thoughts and memories when you nose the whiskey at first. And of course the real test would be, of course, to have a little sip and see. So my little tip for when you taste whiskey, and remember this is 12-year-old whiskey, so we've waited a long time and spent a lot of care and intention making this whiskey for you. So I would ask you that you give this whiskey at least 10 seconds. Just move it around your mouth and get all the flavours before you swallow it. And you will really, really appreciate all the rich fruits and vanilla flavours that will come through. So, take a moment, take a sip, and then count to 10 and swallow the whiskey. Definitely a warmth. That rich fruit flavours coming through, I think. There's a lovely vanilla undercurrent there. Very warm, inviting, good whiskey. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little drop of water. We've got jugs here, so we'll pass them around so you can all get just a couple of good drops. It is chilled water, so it will lower the temperature slightly, and it will also just, as the water mixes with the alcohol, it'll open up the whiskey, as we say, so it'll bring out some of the flavours and aromas. And what you may find, and I think you will indeed find when you taste it, is now that the fruitiness, the rich fruit that we had when it was warm and undiluted, now is more like a fresh fruit flavour. It's light and perhaps even more citrusy. Some people say they taste apples. Think of green apple. When you first bite into a crisp green apple, you get that slightly... So, just by adding some water, we can, if you like, change the way the whiskey feels slightly, because when it's undiluted, it's quite warm and thick. You get that rich vanilla. When we add a touch of water, slightly chilled water there, it brings out the lighter, fresh fruit elements. So what we're going to do now, when you think about the art of blending whiskey, the skill it takes to mix these flavours and blend them together, it's an amazing skill that with all the different flavours of whiskey that we have available to us, that we can layer them and blend them together so that they can reveal themselves the different ways that we drink it. Remember, this is Johnnie Walker Black Label. You can choose how you want to drink it. It's very much flexible, if you like, a social whiskey. So we've designed it, we've blended it, and we've made it. It's evolved over the years to become what it is today, which is such a complex, big and bold flavoured whiskey that reveals numerous different flavours depending on how you serve it.